So today we're going to do a inspection of the underside of the Tiger. Um, if you are thinking about buying a Sunbeam Tiger, I just want to point out some things to look for. And I would encourage you to get a look at the underside because there's a lot of little things that can be hiding down here. The first thing to note is the trunk floor. If you can see that, let me try to get a better view. So you can see that this trunk floor has been replaced, and you can see that they kind of laid it over the top of what they cut out, which isn't terrible. You can see it underneath. You cannot see it on top, which is why you need to look underneath. But it is all obviously brand new solid metal. From inside the trunk looking down, you really can't tell that anything's been done. The other thing I would point out here is that you can see the original factory spot welds. That's good. This is a place on most cars that I would expect some repair work to have potentially been done. You can see the drain hole right there. Still nice and open. Keep it that way. Wheel arches look fine. So take a look at this area here. So most of this sill, you can still see those original factory welds until you get right here. So you can see that some work has been done in this area. Another very common place, this dog leg right here, to get rust. It's been repaired. I've seen better, but at least it was repaired with metal. Ditto up here. If you take a look, you can see a little work has been done in this area. Again, you can see right where this factory welds stop and where somebody else's work begins. Again, adequate. This car wasn't restored at a $100 an hour repair shop. It was restored by somebody who does amateur Tiger restorations. They've done apparently quite a few of them. But that's what you're getting. It is what it is, and it's not it's not priced as if it was fully restored at a $100 an hour garage. One thing to definitely look for underneath here, this X bracing, as they call it, underneath the car. This is what gives it its rigidity due to having no top, and a big torquey V8 up front. Is really want to make sure that this is very solid under here. Because if not, this is an expensive fix. And you can see this is this is solid. I think there's one spot, and now I'm having a hard time finding it. There's one spot where it does look like a patch was put in, but I'm not even seeing it now. It might be on the other side, but you know, that being said, it's pretty minor. Let's keep going around to the front. So I want you to see this. There is some lack of paint coverage under here. So this does tell me this front valance was probably replaced. There's some weird wonky work right there. Can you see that hole? It looks like they were trying to get access to the back of that bumper bolt. There's one over here too. Weird. So again, nothing awful, just, you know, it's not concourse by any stretch. And again, like I said, it's priced it's not priced or represented to be a concourse car. Up here, not bad. This corner is another one to keep your eye out on. Again, I see a lot of nice factory spot welds. Again, until I get right to the dog leg, and actually not bad. I can still kind of see them. So overall, clean car, likely a very clean car starting out. I think the trunk floor was probably the worst of it. And again, back here, another popular area for rust to form. Looks really good. All the welds are there. So things to look out for. These sills, just like all British cars, are a great place for rust to form. These look basically perfect. And you can see under here, I don't see any drips. This engine was pulled and rebuilt during the restoration. So it's all good. I will show you one thing that's weird. This rear shock, if I can get to it. See that bolt head? There's supposed to be a big old washer underneath that. Because if there's not one, that shock can actually back off of that bolt. And on that side, there is a washer, but it's not big enough. It's not the right size. You can see brand new fuel lines, brand new fuel filter in there. So this car was completely rotisserie restored and all new components put in. But like I said, it's not, it was your, it's your neighborhood mechanic restoration, not your take it to the concourse show and try to get $100,000 for it restoration. It's kind of what you're looking for. This is better than driver quality. It is thoroughly restored, like I said, and it looks really good. You know, rather than pay another $20,000 or $30,000 for one of these, this one does just fine. The door gaps are decent. One thing that's interesting on this car, I don't remember if I've pointed it out before. So this is a Mark 1A Tiger. The Mark 1s, they had these curved pieces instead of squared off. Those curves were more expensive to make because the bodywork was more difficult, and as you can see here, it's a dog leg, it's a sill, and the door just can fit right in there. You don't have to worry about forming all that. But on this car, which is a very early 1A, the trunk is still rounded off. So from talking to Norman Miller, who's the historian on all things Tiger, he started the first Tiger registry. He's known about this car since the 70s, apparently. It was one of the first cars that was in his registry. And he said, yeah, this is unusual. It's a 1A, but it's a transitional car because only some of the 1A features are here, and then some leftover Mark 1 features are back here before it went kind of squared off everywhere. Kind of cool, interesting. It is nice to know from talking to him that although this car doesn't have a tack, it does have his long-time endorsement of it, and I do have the Coventry, not Coventry, that's Jaguar, wherever these things were built, I do have the factory records showing this car's VIN. And I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but the TAC, meaning Tiger Association, comes out and verifies that, yeah, they actually verify that the tub, the body itself is a genuine Tiger body, not an Alpine. They don't care about the engine, if it's original or not. They don't care if it's modified. They don't worry about any of that stuff. They're only looking at, is this a real Tiger tub? So I haven't bothered with it yet. Maybe I will. I just feel like I have enough documentation that, yeah, this is the real thing, not a creation. So anyway, that's the underside. We'll look at the top side on another video. Thanks.